David Ross Education Trust Head Office here at Charnwood College. Absolutely delighted to welcome back Harry White from Aimstrong Sports and SAQ International. We have another exciting session planned, don't we, Harry?
Very much so, looking forward to it.
And this one is on fast feet. So, building on what you had worked on last session, we're going to now work on this fast feet. Brilliant. Thank you, Harry.
So, as Alex has mentioned, we are going to build on what we did last week. We called it Move to Improve, or mechanics, you know, how we move. So, we're looking to build on that. Now, what I would remind you is, let's make sure we've got some water handy, make sure you've got a bit of space to work, although I will do most exercises on the spot, and bearing in mind if you've got a bit of space. And also we will look to have fun, which is also very, very important. So let's get started. So we're going to always start with a dynamic flexibility warm-up, and we did this last week. A few things to think about is to make sure we're using the balls of the feet, we're aligned, we've got good posture, and our arms are working well. So let's get this going through the warm-up, okay? What I want you to think about, especially with the warm-up, is starting slow and building the movements up to faster, larger movements, okay? And that's also the same for the fast feet part. We always start slow and then speed things up. So, we're going to start by doing some work on the balls of our feet. So we're just going to do some bouncing on the balls of our feet there to start. We can bring a little bit of movement into it, okay? And we can go back as well. Okay, so bouncing on the balls of the feet. Okay? Next we can do our marching, okay? So again, with our marching, we're looking for that opposite arm, which we call cross-lateral. That's important, okay? It's a precursor to good running technique. If you want to just try and establish that, we can tap opposite there, okay? So tap across, and then we can get that technique for marching. Okay? Again, stand up tall, head up. Okay, and then we can take it into a bit of a jog, forwards and backwards. Take that little look if you've got room, and we can give ourselves a hook while we're doing that as well, just to get a bit of a stretching. Forwards and backwards. We can also change how we're using our arms, so let's just do some little punches as we come out. Forwards and backwards, or we can do it on the spot as well. So just those little punches, head up, looking forward. So let's go into our skipping variation. So we're going to start with a low knee, linear skip, okay, there, okay? So I can do it on the spot, or I can bring some movement. Again, we're looking for that opposite arm movement, okay? So balls of the feet, again, good for coordination. Okay, again, if you're struggling with the arms, sometimes people do the same arm, then again we touch across, okay, just to get that movement, right? Next we're going to go for a knee cross. So now we just fire the knee across the body a little bit more, which works our hips in a slightly different way. Okay, so knee across. There, really good. And then, there's loads of skipping variations, but we'll go for our knee out, and again, looking at that opposite arm movement there, moving forwards and backwards. Okay? Really good. So now we're going to move on to some sideways or lateral movement. Again, we talked about training in different directions, being multi-directional, very important, so we include that in the warm-up. So let's go to our lateral run. Now remember on this, we're moving on the balls of our feet and we're using that arm to drive back. Ideally, we talked about hip to lip and posture good again. Head up there, okay? So we can do a couple of those, and then I can change the way I'm facing. Okay, so there, going out again, balls of the feet, there shouldn't be a lot of noise there on that. Okay? Using the arms, well again, we talked about hip to lip, not across his hip. Okay? Next we can do karaoke. So remember on karaoke, your upper body, moving the opposite way, and we just bring a bit of movement sideways into that, one of my favourites. Okay, again, good for coordination, mobility, starting to speed up a little bit now. change the way that I'm facing. Okay, really good. Balls of the feet. If you want to practice that, actually, if you find it difficult, go to on the spot. Okay, just get the upper body moving. Again, most of these exercises can be done on the spot, so in a small amount of space. Next, we're going into our dynamic stretching. Stretching is so important. I've been lucky enough to do a couple of strength sessions in the last couple of days. I'm a little bit achy, so this dynamic stretching is going to help me relieve that. Okay, so let's go into a walking hamstring. So joint alignment. I'm going to step forward onto the heel. Okay, point the toe up with the joint alignment. I hinge at the hips, and you should feel it in the back of the leg. You can use your arm just to get a little bit more from it if you want, but all our stretching in the dynamic flex warm-up should be dynamic on the move. Okay, that's to keep our heart rate up, which is one of the objectives of a good warm-up. Okay, so the next one we're going to do a walking lunge. We're going to add in a tricep stretch as well. Sometimes you can combine stretches. So what I'm going to do is a walking lunge. I'm going to step out. Remember to sink down at the hips, keep that knee behind the foot, and then I'm going to stretch my opposite tricep across the body now. Okay? Then come up and go to the other side. Okay? Try and get one more in there. Brilliant. Go back a little bit, and I'm going to get one more. Okay? There. Okay, there. A couple more. So really starting to loosen up now with those dynamic stretches. The next one is a quad stretch. Front of the legs there, I'm going to take a big step, and then I'm going to engage the quad stretch, knees together, standing leg bent, a good one for balance, and I'm going to reach up. Okay, again that cross opposite movement, okay, with the arm, which we're trying to ingrain throughout everything. Okay, step forward, other leg. Again, try and test yourself with your balance on that. Knees should be together, not out. Standing leg should be slightly bent. Let's do a couple more of those. Okay, it's really, really good. Starting to enjoy it, and I'm really grateful to be able to share these workouts with you. Hopefully you're enjoying them and getting something from them also. Okay, really, really good. The next exercise is a hurdle walk. So imagine I've got a hurdle here. I'm going to just lift my leg up and over the hurdle. I'm going to do it alternating legs. Okay, hurdle walk. I'm going to do it forwards, and then I'm going to go in and out on the way back there. Okay, starting to get really, really warm. Okay, now got a bit of a surprise for you towards the end of the warm-up. We're going to use a bum back for a couple of drills. Okay, so this is called a bum back. So hopefully you can see on the end we've got a red ball. Okay, now the first one we're going to do is we're going to check your vision. Okay, so the simple way to do this is to engage your ready position, which I call slightly bent and in a ready position, ready there. What I'm going to do is move the red ball of the bum back around. Your job is just to follow the red ball with your eyes. Okay, it's a little bit of a challenge. Sometimes people follow it with their head, not the head, just the eyes following. Okay, so ready, so the ball's there, so I just want you to follow it, okay, with just your eyes. Okay, bum back's going up and down. Okay, follow just with your eyes. The head shouldn't be moving. It's a good one for vision here. We're tracking, okay, that ball just with the eyes. Okay, and we're doing different shapes there. Okay, track just with the eyes on that. Okay, really good for vision. We want to check that and get the eyes warmed up. Okay, the second one we're going to do with the bum back, I love this one. I call it the conductor. Okay, so I'm going to use the bum back again, and we're going to have 4 simple instructions. So if I lift the bum back up, providing you've got room, you're going to jump up and land. If I point the bum back down, squat down, back up, and then if I go to the side, little side step back, and the other side, little side step back. Okay? I'm going to talk you through it for a start, and then I'm going to just do it with the back, and you're going to follow it. Okay? So we're going up and down, up and down, to the side, to the side. Good. Down, down, up, to the side. Speed it up a little bit, and I'm not going to say it now, okay, so follow it, you should know the action, okay, a bit quicker now. Brilliant, so hopefully you're able to follow the bum back, I call that one the conductor. So now we're at the end of the dynamic flexibility warm-up. I'd suggest taking a drink there. So it's taken us the best part of probably 7 or 8 minutes, which is a good time for a warm-up. So take a drink. Remember, some of the benefits of a warm-up like that will give us strong foundations, and SAQ is all about building those strong foundations in athletes. And you can move more efficiently, okay, by doing a good dynamic flex, and also prevent the risk of injury, which is a real big benefit. Okay, so moving on now to our fast feet part of the session. So we're going to just remember back, we called it move to improve, which was quality movement, balls of the feet, joint alignment, posture, arms working hip to lip. So some of the moves we did last week, and we'll bring in some new ones. But what is key here is, we obviously called it fast feet, but only go fast when you've learnt it well slow. Okay? So if you say, for example, you've just come to this session and you've only just joined us, you didn't come last week, then do the movement slow. I'm always going to demo it slow and then speed it up. If you did last week and you've done it a couple of times and you're feeling confident, speed the movement up. Be more explosive, fire those nerve impulses, because that's what it's about. One of the benefits of fast feet and quick footwork patterns, I'm going to give you my two favourite sport examples, table tennis and football, is if you've got fast feet and good movement patterns, you can get into position earlier. So when you get into position earlier in football, you've got more options. In table tennis, you've got more options. So it's a really important thing. Okay? So, brilliant. So, we're going to, first of all, start with a dead leg. So remember this one. So what I'm looking for slowly is, this is my dead leg. I'm lifting that knee up, not too high, and I'm firing the opposite arm, okay? I'm going to just do one side. So obviously I've done it slow. I'll do another set slow. Okay, there. So dead leg, keeping my head up. But now I can show you a little bit more quick, okay? So that's what we're looking for. So balls of the feet is just a little tapping sound, okay? We make it quicker, okay, once we get that movement right. Okay, so that's the dead leg. Okay, let's go to the other side. I'll do one slow for you. Okay, so we've got slow with that quality still. Okay, going to back pedal now. I'm going to fire it up a little bit quicker. Okay, yeah, so that's what we're talking about with fast feet. Okay, I'll do one more of those. Dead leg again. Okay. So fire it up. Okay, but remember, always start slow. I always prefer a movement that's done properly slow than a movement that's done fast but not with good technique. Okay? Let's just recap on our arms. So our arms, we've talked about it hip to lip. We're going to talk about that a lot. Okay, hip to lip, not across the zip. And also, our knee lift, we can do a little test for that. So what I'm going to do, you can do this with me, is just put my right arm out in front, not too high, and then I'll just bring the knee up. Okay, there, not too high, just bring the knee up to tap. Okay, that hand, let's do a few on the right leg. So this is our knee lift, okay? Nice and efficient. Try and keep the hips square on that. So then I'm going to go to my left. 1, 2. I could use the opposite arm if I want. There, so that's our knee lift. Not too high. Okay, more efficient. Okay, there, knee lift. Okay, so I thought I'd just recap on a couple of those techniques. Okay? Last week we did single step. 1 step in front of the other. Today, you're going to do double steps. So I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and I'm going to do it a bit quicker, but let's do a slow one first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, probably 8 steps in total if you've got room. Okay, now I'm going to speed it up. Okay, so that's what we're looking for from that fast feet. Okay, there, so quicker, arms moving, not a lot of noise there. Okay, off the balls of the feet, head up, fast feet. Okay, just back pedal, so I can start to feel my heart rate going up now. Temperature going up. Try and keep it smooth, okay? Keep that head up, try not to look down. It is tempting. Okay, let's do one more of those. So we're going there. Double step. Brilliant, doing really, really well. Okay, so again, think about doing it slow and then speeding it up. I can feel my heart rate getting up, my temperature, breathing rate increasing, which is good. That's what I want from this. Remember, short bursts of activity is good for a lot of sports. Football is short bursts. Table tennis is short bursts. Explosive. That's how we want to train, okay? The next one is a bit of a new one. I'm going to try it, and you might need to practice this one. It's called lateral step in and out. So, when I've got a ladder, I've got my ladder by the side of this one, okay? What I do is I go 1, 2, step across. 1, 2, step across and in. 1, 2, step across and in. 1, 2, step across and in. Okay, and then I can speed it up, so I'm going 1, 2, 1. So I'm firing that leg across, okay? But again, let's do it slow, okay? So we're going 1, 2, cross, 1, 2, cross, 1, 2, cross, 1, 2, cross. Keep that head up, okay? Let's do one more. We're going to do 3 on the right and 3 on the left, but let's do it slow for you there. 1, 2, across, 1, 2, 2, across. Okay, brilliant. Let's go to the other side now and fire that one up, okay? So we're going 1, 2, across, 1, 2, across, 1, 2, across, 2, across, okay? Speed it up now, 1, 2, across, 1, 2, across, 1, 2, across, 2, across, okay? Let's go again. Doing really, really well. 1, 2, across, 1, 2, across. Fire it across. If you get that speed and you're confident, then start to make it more explosive. Really, really good. In the middle of it, let's take another quick drink, because you're working really hard if you're doing the same as me. Doing really well, about midway through. So, again, let's recap, do the movement slowly, speed it up, fast feet, okay? It's important in a lot of different sports. Maybe you think about, which sports are important to have fast feet, okay? Have a think about it. Okay, the next one we're going to do, we did this last week, is a Nikki Shuffle, okay? I love this movement. So useful for the different sports, okay? Remember on Nikki Shuffle, we're going 1, 2, 3, okay? 1, 2, 3 on the ball of the feet, okay? There, we're pushing off the outside, all right? My weight is forward, okay? So let's make it quick now, okay? There, and that's what I mean about fast feet. I've done it slow, and now I'm speeding it up, okay? So 1, 2, 3, there, off the balls of the feet. I'm getting a lot from that, okay? So let's do that a few more times, okay? 1, 2, 3. Brilliant, okay? Do another couple of those, really enjoying that. Feeling it's quite challenging, okay? Hopefully you can do that too. And you're feeling the burn and the benefits from that, okay? Brilliant. I'd like you to practice that when you can, if you can in your own time, to really perfect that. There's also a little variation on the Nikki Shuffle. Well, in fact, there's a few, but I'm going to share one with you today, which is good for balance and stability, which is, I call it Nikki Shuffle and stick. So we go 1, 2, 3, and it's just a slight stick, okay? There, okay? 1, 2, 3, and stick. Let's just do a couple of that, okay? So what we do, we stick, but we also stabilise. There we go. 3, 2, 3. Weight going forward again. I'm starting to sweat, so that's good. That's what I want, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and stick. 1, 2, 3, stick. 1, 2, 3, stick. 1, 2, 3. Weights forward, still cores engaged, and I keep that stability in the move, yeah? And balance, that's really, really important. So the next one we're going through, we talked about it last week, was plyometric, which I think of is jump training, basically. Low impact. And I'm going to put it to you this week. We need to do 6 sets, okay? But plyometric could be, for example, forward jumps, okay? Using the arms, remember? Okay, remember your arm mechanics for jumping, okay? You can practice that on its own, okay? You'll get more momentum from that. So you could jump forward. You might want to do some sets jumping sideways, which we did. Hopping is plyometric. You might hop, okay? But I'd say if you hop, make sure you do the same amount on right leg as you do on your left leg. So you're going to choose now and be creative. So make sure it's safe there, okay? So you choose. I'm going to choose first. Just 2-footed jumps forward. 3, 4. Try and get 4. I'm going to do another set of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now I'm going to change to lateral, but you don't have to, but I'm just saying 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to do another set lateral. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend those knees. There shouldn't be a lot of noise, okay? Again. So let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do one more on that, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. Hopefully you're able to be creative. and make up your own there, okay? That's important with your own training, okay? So the next one that we're going to do for fast feet, which I love, I call this 1, 2, 3 lift, and it's a lateral movement, really good, okay? So what I do on this one slowly is 1, 2, 3, lift, 1, 2, 3, lift, 2, 3, and I'll bring my arms, 1, 2, 3, and then I speed it up, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, lift, 1, 2, lift, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, lift. Slow it down again, 1, 2, 3, lift. Say it to yourself if you need to, okay? Let's get a few more, let's speed it, 1, 2, 3, lift, 3, lift, 1, 2, 3, lift. Okay, I'm starting to feel that now. A little bit of fatigue creeping in, but that's good because in our training we want to push ourselves, and who would have thought you can actually push yourself in a small little space like that? Improve your movement, move more efficiently, prevent injury, put less stress on your body, okay? Very, very important things. So actually, I'd say that's the fast phase through, okay? Just a few, but again, a lot of it is short and sharp bursts of activity. Okay, now, one thing I would say, like anything, so there's a lot to take in. So obviously the live will be there on the YouTube channel, so you can go back to it. I really, really hope some of you went back to last week's and did it at least another one time. Okay, I'd love that, maybe two. Okay, but I'd say the same with this. If you're finding it difficult, go back, look at it again, okay? Study it, learn it, because that's going to help you progress. And SAQ is a great program for progressing, okay, through. So we always, we're in good habits here. I'm sweating, my heart rate, I didn't set my watch on, but it would be high. I'd imagine it'd be somewhere around 150, 160, something like that. I need to bring that down, but I want to bring it down gradually, okay? Very, very important. So we're going to do a cool down, okay, with some different exercises. We're going to talk about the sort of effort level of each exercise within the cool down. So we're going to start off with some butt kicks, okay, there. Okay, and I can bring some movement, which is there. And on the butt kicks, as part of the warm-up, you're going to give it 50%, okay? So we're not going flat out, 50% effort, okay? With the butt kicks there, okay? Brilliant. Next, we're going to do a hurdle walk again. We're going to go 50% effort, okay? So not too quick, okay? 50%, okay? And you're going to guess, you're going to imagine, I'm sure you know what I'm going to be saying, is as we get through this, we go down gradually. So we would then say we're going to do a knee out skip at 40%. Okay, so we're gradually getting slower. Okay, knee out skip at 40% effort. Okay, brilliant. And then we go with a knee across again around 40%. Okay, so we're still ingraining those high quality movements. Okay. Next we do a low knee linear at 30%. So skip, we're gradually coming down. Okay, in that. So low knee, linear skip, brilliant. Let's do a tapioca at 30%. Okay, so not too quick. Upper body going the opposite way. Really, really good. Fantastic. Then we're going to do ankle flicks at about 20%. So remember, lift one leg up, point up to the ceiling, down to the floor, change legs. Point up to the ceiling, down to the floor, change legs. Up to the ceiling, down to the floor. Up to the ceiling, down to the floor. A couple more of those. Up to the ceiling, down to the floor. And then let's do some stretching. So we can go to hamstring sweeps as the cool down, very nice and slow, but we will walk. Remember to hinge at the hips. So we go forward and sweep, really can feel that. I feel a lot looser than when I started, which is good. Okay, really good. Okay, and then we can go back. There. Brilliant. Excellent. Let's go back to our lunge, okay, with our opposite arm tricep. And let's hold it a little bit longer now. Okay, because we're into the cool down. Okay, great. Let's change. Okay. There, down again. Stretch that tricep. down, let's keep it static, okay? Let's engage that balance though. Standing leg slightly bent, knees together on that one, okay? Take a nice deep breath while you're doing that, okay? And then let's change leg. Okay, there. Really, really good. Brilliant. So that's our cool down. So just some benefits of a cool down is will aid your recovery if you do a proper cool down. It will also disperse your lactic acid, which is very, very important, and also return your heart rate, breathing rate, and temperature down to more normal levels, but gradually. Okay, remember that bit gradually needs to come down. So let's just recap then. So we did a dynamic flex, okay, with the quality of good movement. We then worked on fast feed. We went through a number of different exercises, but still thinking about the quality of the movement, doing the exercise slow, and then speeding it up, okay? I would recommend that you practice this at least once before we do the next session at this time next week, at least once. I'd love to hear of people doing that, because that's how we're going to get good at it, okay? And really, really improve. So thank you very much. Well done, and really pleased with that.
Brilliant. Well done, everyone at home. Fantastic. Thank you, Harry, from the Dangerous Education Trust. Harry, in between these live lessons, how might we be able to find you?
Yeah, that's a great opportunity to just promote one of our other things that we're doing on YouTube, which is called Table Tennis Active. And you can find us on YouTube. So we've created a program which is like SAQ, a movement with a few fun table tennis skills within there. There's also a physical workout on there and a dynamic flex warm-up that you can access. So we'd love you to have a look at that and subscribe and follow some of those sessions as well. Thank you.
Brilliant. And I've placed the link in the video description for that, so if anyone wants to check that out. Well done again, everyone. We look forward to joining you on Thursday, actually, at 11 o'clock for a live basketball session. So join you then, and the link in the video description is there for that one. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.